Are you aware of rumours about Hookman circulating? Her opening question is far from unusual. But not an ordinary life I chose. As soon as I hear the name Hookman, I think back to the conversation with Mayuri, her weary words falling heavily in the close air. From my silence, Sister Dahlia intuits I must already be aware of rumours. Stripes of bangs in her eyes and reveals a sombre gaze. I'm sure this isn't the best time to discuss it, what the recitation performance fast approaching. But I imagine the Council of Nicaea is aware of the matter? Yes, we've received some reports. I see, then I can spare you the details. She bites her lips, seemingly reluctant to go on. Given her strict adherence to proper etiquette, I'm taken aback to see her make such a gesture. The surprise clears the mental fog that descends on me, recording my meeting with Mayuri. What could she be so reluctant to say? Does she want the council to... No. Does she want me to seek out the Hookman and resolve the issue? Now that I'm president of the Council of Nicaea, am I expected to personally bring the room wheel to a halt? Being Yatsushiro senpai always so cheerful and likeable. Of course, the council would seek out the source of the rumours and institute patrols in case any harm should befall a student. That isn't what this is about. Sister Dahlia cuts in, her expression still strained. She looks me over, her gaze travels my face and my chest, down to my arms, crossed over my stomach before finally dropping to my feet. At last, she seems to resolve herself. She indicates an envelope from a stack of teaching material she's holding. We had a letter addressed to the Academy. Is that it? She nods, removing a sheet of notepaper from the envelope. Lowering her eyes to it pensively, she reads it aloud. In essence, it claims that a rumoured green Hookman is actually you, Suoh Shirahane. It gives exact dates of when you're seen lurking around the club building. It also asserts you entered the art room, although it doesn't give you a date for that. Miss Shirahane, are the contents of this letter true? It's true, I was stuck into the art room after hearing the Hookman rumours, wondering where Mayuri could be behind them. I don't know. You don't seem to be surprised. I can't bring myself to lie. I can't deny my behaviour has been suspicious. I was one behind the Hookman rumours in the summer too. If the letter had been addressed to me personally, I would have been at liberty to look into it a little further. However, since it was addressed to the Academy, we other faculty members are also aware of her contents. She bites her lip again and simply wait for a continue. For the time being, you'll be required to step down from your council duties. You will also be suspended for 3 days. 3 days, but recitation. It's a great shame, but another student will have to take over your role. Sister Basket issues a pronouncement between middle lips. Not with 7 mysteries again. Erica exclaims with a feline smile. It's a bumper year for them. Her Amitié partner follows her up. We're not talking about Bourgeois novel here. I suppose there's a bumper year for that every year. She laughs as Wickersan bears down on her braids bursting. We called you here for an emergency meeting. If you're just going to mess around, you can leave. Whoa, cool your jets. Go on, help me out here, guys, before Prez wrings my neck. This is serious. I personally wouldn't dream of making light of something like this. Indeed, indeed. But there's a time and place for jokes, Erika-sensei. It's just a dramatic turn of events. I can help myself. You understand, right? Well, thank you very much for spelling it out to me. I mean, it doesn't really matter if she's under suspicion. Things get really bad, you can just launch her own great escape, McQueen style. I feel as though it was unspoken, like Yatsuhiro-senpai did at the end of a sentence. The mood in the room was beyond awkward. It stretched out with tension. Erika-sensei, do you think Suoh-san is just messing around? Ringo gives voice to a confusion everyone appears to harbour. Erika channels Yatsuhiro-senpai with a cynical smile. You're an idiot. All of you are. That's uncalled for. Are you trying to suggest that gloomy bookworm buddy is here as a hookman? You all know E.T. was a rubber dummy, right? This is no different. I'll say what we all know already. But no one's ready to say outright. There's no way Shirahane is a hookman. I figure since we're all on board with that, I'd lighten the mood a bit. Cat-like smile curls her lips as she speaks. Her words clear a turbid mood and returns to smiles on everyone's faces. Right. We all know this is a big misunderstanding. That's why we can't stand for her being suspended. We practiced so hard for recitation, we can't let it all go to waste. Sis. Sister tugs on her sleeve and Ichigo claps her hand over her mouth. Sends an awkward look my way. It's a 3-day suspension, and since the recitation falls on the 3rd day, I won't be able to perform. You're playing one of the major roles though. What are you going to do? Do you really need to ask? She's going to blow the lid off the truth, obviously. Only an idiot would sit by her butt and wait to see what happens. Beneath her bravado, her point is solid, but... Perhaps it would be best if I just said it was me. What would you say about Suoh-san? You always do this. Erika scratched her head roughly. She probably understands my true motives. I'm sure you're concerned for whoever's hiding behind the hookman to make the mischief, but I won't stand for it. What? Why should we be concerned about them? It'd be well and good if it was simply a case of mistaken identity, and maybe she'd been doing something to make herself look suspicious. All she has to do is apologise, and that would be that. However, I assume the other room is true and Sister Basket has a letter putting a blame on you. When I nod, the others turn anxiously gazing my way. The existence of this letter makes it clear there's some bad guy out there trying to frame her. If they're a real hookman, they're trying to pin the blame on someone else. They deserve to go down for good for it. Wait. Hold up. Are you saying that Shirahane wants to take the blame herself out of concern for the person framing her? That's ridiculous. Takasaki's glare is sharp as after I avert my face. Why on earth would you care about whoever's framing you? Are you okay with it being trampled on like a doormat? I agree. There's absolutely no reason for you to be worrying about them. But... I made a lot of idiots in my time, but you really take the cake. Erika-san, that's not nice. As a veteran of the idiocy department myself, I think I'm qualified to judge. Listen to me, even if you go ahead and play a bad guy, it's not going to make everyone turn out hunky-dory. But... No buts. Someone's got to have for my bookworm buddy and I've got to make him pay. She's clearly made up her mind, and although I'm not totally on board, I can't bring myself to reject my friend's concern. So I nod reluctantly. Alright, now it's settled. Time to flush out whoever sent the letter. Are we perhaps being a little bit hasty? In what way? I feel it's risky to assume whoever's trying to pin the blame on Suoh-chan is also a hookman. We should keep too clearly differentiated in our minds. Oh, good thinking. Erika nods, admitting she may have been getting ahead of herself. Ichigo commends her sister's thinking, and Ringo puts out her chest proudly. First of all, I'd like to confirm one thing. The hookman that's been spotted around the club building, that's not you, is it, Shirahane? Wait, what? You've got to be kidding me. It's a bit down on me for the answers. I tell him it may have been a misunderstanding. What kind of misunderstanding? Oh, you see. Ever since the Council of Nicaea first received a report of a Hookman sighting, I've been lying in wait by the club building trying to catch him in the act. That's why I told her to go back to the dorms ahead of you that time. When I affirm this, she puts her hand to her forehead as though beyond exasperated my idiocy. I've been doing this every day since then. I'm sorry. I don't want an apology from you, I'm Vice President. Even before that, I'm my Amitié partner. You should come to me for help. All I can do is apologise again. There's a reason I can go to Rika-san for help. That's my own problem. Okay, calm down, Prez. But take it easy, Mum. The kid is always making you tear your hair out of no good reason, remember? She frowns at Erika's teasing tone, but lets out a long sigh and thanks her. I asked her because I had bad thinking about it. But it's possible sightings in general cases of people mistaking Shirahane-san for a Hookman? No, that can't be it. So it started to watch after the council already received reports of a rumour. There must have been a Hookman behind those original sightings. Oh, teacher, pick me! Who's teacher here? Did a person send a letter after seeing the original Hookman Ringo just mentioned? Or do I see Suoh-chan hang around a building and mistake her for a Hookman? Everyone does the answer to a question. I had to say something when brought up by Amitié partner's murmur. You hadn't been standing watch, and maybe none of this would have happened. Scratching her head, Erika counted it might actually be a good thing if I was spotted. What do you mean? Cool your jets. If you're right about her being seen, that'll be the key to resolving this. Of course. Hey, Chidori. How do you think the sender of a letter was able to judge a sight of the Hookman? Because they must have seen its talon, the hook it carries. I think the Academy's own unique version of a Hookman also wears a green coat. Exactly, Shirahane. I don't suppose you were standing to watch dressed as a Hookman outfit just by Chidori just described. Of course not. I was wearing my regular winter clothes. So now I've demonstrated one thing at least. Whoever wrote the letter was a liar. Why do I name Shirahane as a Hookman when she wasn't dressed as said Hookman? I'm trying to remember when the Hookman incident occurred. I believe it was in the second game, which meant Erika was a main character. I don't think it was Yatsuhiro Senpai was the main character at that point. It was Erika's story. We know that Shirahane was the Hookman, and I think, if I remember correctly, Erika also knows that. Because Erika hid the truth. I'm trying to remember that though. Erika's thing was she always tried to pin the blame or change the occurrence, what actually happened. She wasn't an investigator, she was an alibi creator, effectively. So does she... I'm trying to remember whether or not Erika does actually remember whether or not she was involved. Let's carry on. She gave voice to a question myself had. There's a glaring lie in the letter. You're absolutely right. So does this mean the person who sent the letters are actual Hookman? We can't be sure of that yet, but it's highly likely. Either way, this increases our chance of clearing a name. How? The letter was sealed with a lie. If it only contained the truth, we'd have been forced to use some dirty tactics, but... Now we don't have to. It's the thing about lies. No matter how they are, there's always going to be holes. So, what do we do? Simple. First, we must seek out the people who say we've seen Miss Hookman. Well, is she an armchair detective? Was it me who said that, or Chidori? My Amity has become quite a voracious reader recently. So it wouldn't be out of place for it to come from her. We're taking the role of Mama Bird, feeding tidbits of information to Shirahane as she waits out her suspension, and our armchair detective gobbles them down. Thanks to intensive friend network of Ichigo and Reprez, it didn't take long for us to find students who claim to see Hookman. We're Erica right now, aren't we? In fact, there are more witnesses than we expected. We split them into 3 groups: Bizasakis, me and Chidori, and Reprez, so we call the students their encounters. And as I predicted, we were able to ascertain the existence of a Hookman that wasn't Shirahane. At a previous sighting, this Hookman was spotted between twilight and midnight. It presented itself physically just as it did in summer, a green overcoat and a hook in its hand. Claims about this appearance was questionable, however. No one got a really good look at a Hookman. It was always from afar or glimpsed across their path. People see what they want to see. If it was a dead of night with green overcoat, it would appear black. A hatchet for cutting back branches could easily become a deadly hook. As if their thoughts were already on a Hookman. All the same, it turned out the club building wasn't the only place the apparition has reported. Sightings were reported all around the allotments through a tree-lined path opposite the dormitories. This was news to us. The Council of Nicaea had only received reports of it being seen around the club building. The difference piqued my interest in that of the armchair detectives. So the Hookman was seen in different places? You know what, we'll detect this next episode, shall we? Bye-bye.